DinoLand USA in Disney's Animal Kingdom is roaring into extinction. Join me as we walk through its history and hidden gems one last time. Plus, let's get a sneak peek at the stunning new land that is replacing it. Welcome to Pop Culture Passport, your ultimate guide to quirky and cool destinations across the US. I'm your host, Beth Scalacci, aka the Roaming Yeti, here to help you dive into the world of theme parks, uncover film and TV locations, and explore quirky museums, roadside attractions, and legendary venues that capture the heart and soul of this unique country. So grab your pop culture passport and let's discover destinations that resonate with your interest, not just with what's trending on social media. Are you ready? Let's roam! Welcome back. You had to know this episode was coming, and I hope you will indulge me as we take one last walk around DinoLand USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The bad news is that on January 12th, 2025, that will be the last day to experience, well, part of DinoLand. The section closing is Chester and Hester's DinoRama area, including the Fossil Fun Games, Triceratops Spin, and Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasure Store. The good news is we will still have the Dino Institute area for a little longer to enjoy. This means we can still enjoy Dinosaur, Restaurantosaurus, and all the theming in that area for the rest of 2025. And this is the reason I wanted to share some of the Easter eggs and backstories for the Dino Institute area that will remain. Now, DinoLand USA opened with Disney's Animal Kingdom on April 22nd of 1998. And over the years, DinoLand has featured the following: Countdown to Extinction, which is the ride that we now know as Dinosaur. The name was changed in 2000 to tie into the release of Disney's movie Dinosaur. I think the ride is probably more popular than that movie, to be sure. Primeval Whirl, which was a spinning wild mouse style coaster. It opened in 2002, really had that fun carnival feel, and then it closed in 2020 when rides similar to this ride by the same manufacturer began to have issues. Now, I don't want to point fingers, but I feel like when Primeval Whirl closed, this was sort of when the talk of replacing DinoLand began. So, looking at you, manufacturer, just saying. There was also Triceratops Spin, which is the Dumbo style ride. So if you were riding in little Triceratops, fun kids ride. Restaurantosaurus, their quick service eatery. The gift shop theme to look like a roadside attraction, which was Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures. The carnival style games, which was the Fossil Fun Games, and the Boneyard, which was an interactive dig site themed playground for kids and families, and the Crustaceous Trail, which is one of my favorite meet and greet areas in the parks, I would say. So let's just take a little look at the backstory of DinoLand, because it's more than just an area of Animal Kingdom. I know many people walk in and like, this area doesn't make sense in the rest of Animal Kingdom. But the cool thing about DinoLand is it's an original story that's actually brought to life within the land. So imagine a small, sleepy town in Diggs County, USA. I love a pun. This is where all of a sudden one day, dinosaur fossils were discovered. Now, this sparked two very different reactions, one of scientific curiosity and the other of good old-fashioned capitalism. Now, on the science side, we have the Dino Institute. As interest in these fossils grew, the Dino Institute was established as a research facility and museum, and it became the center for scientific study, housing the now famous dinosaur attraction. And it really ties just that discovery of fossils in. Now, on the business side, we have Chester and Hester's DinoRama. So Chester and Hester were longtime residents of Diggs County, and they saw this fossil craze as a business opportunity. And while the scientists focused on the research, They turned their gas station into a roadside attraction and eventually expanded into their parking lot and made it into a full-blown carnival. Okay, so now you can see there's a lot of fun storytelling in this area. But let's begin our last walk around Dinosaur Land or Dino Land. Um, Little disclaimer, I'm recording this before they close the part of the park. So I'm hoping the areas that I'm going to talk about are still there. But I just want to let you know that sort of the timing of this. Now, we're going to enter Dino Land under the Olden Gate Bridge. Obviously, a nod to San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, and I love it so much every time I see it. Here is where we are entering an area full of scientists and students who are studying the fossils that were found there. Now, there's a sign on the Olden Gate Bridge, and it says that the gateway is composed of giant bones of a Bronchiosaurus, and the replica was cast from bones discovered in Colorado in 1900. Now, the original one can be found in the Field Museum in Chicago. Now, also, as you enter into Dino Land, you're going to see a bulletin board on your right. Do yourself a favor and stop and look at it. People will be like, why are you doing that? But it's just fun. It's filled with notes, announcements, and messages from fictional interns and paleontologists. And again, it's just adding to the storytelling of the land. You're going to find a letter from Bernard Dunn, which I love that name so much, someone working with interns. But the letter from Bernard Dunn is they're welcoming new interns into the Dino Institute. And I just love the names Imagineers come up with. Now, to our left is the Boneyard, and this is a sprawling dig site where kids and family can excavate fossils and explore rope bridges and caves. This is really designed to sort of get kids excited about paleontology and how it's accessible and fun. I've never been in that section, but there's supposed to be a lot of signs with jokes and wordplay. So, like, if you're up to it, go check it out. The puns and the names and the storytelling definitely, keep going in there. Now, as we move deeper into Dino Land, we reach Restaurantosaurus, the intern's dormitory turned dining hall. Now, this place is filled with mismatched furniture, textbooks, and personal touches, and it really makes it feel like those interns just stepped out to go dig up some fossils. Now, be sure to check out the chairs and the coolers on the roof where the interns seem to be enjoying a little downtime, let's just say. Now, one fun detail that I've learned about, I've always seen the Airstream there, but I learned that it actually belonged to the grandmother of one of the Imagineers. So it's such a fun tribute. I don't know if they'll keep using it, if it'll get returned to the Imagineer. I'm not sure, but I think it's fun and something to keep our eyes on for sure. Now, there's a small lounge in Restaurantosaurus, and this is actually one of our favorites. Just sort of pop in and take a break. It's very small and it can get crowded with a long line, but check it out, see if there's some seats. It just continues the fun theming with fossils and toy dinosaurs. And you may even get serenaded by one of the interns and his guitar. It's just a fun little area, and it's usually I think it's become more popular, but you know, check it out for sure. And then after you take that little refreshment break, now we're gonna head over to the Dino Institute. On our way, we will pass Sue. Who's Sue? Sue is an exact replica of the largest, most complete, and best preserved T Rex ever found. She is 40 feet long and 20 feet tall. You're not going to miss her when you walk by her. Let's just say that. Sue is named after the amateur fossil hunter Sue Hendrickson, who actually discovered the bones in 1990 in South Dakota. Now, the actual Sue, the T-Rex, not the fossil hunter, is on display at the Chicago Field Museum also. Now, we're going to pass Sue, and in front of us, we're going to see a large and modern Dino Institute. Now, this building represents the scientific side of DinoLand, where paleontologists and researchers study the fossils discovered in Diggs County. So, this is cool. When you're walking through the queue, it's really similar to walking through the museum, and it's showing off the Institute's important mission and work and providing information to you. Um, if you have the kids out of school, maybe this is your educational thing you tell the teacher about. I don't know. But in the preview, you're gonna meet Grant Seeker. Get it? Grant Seeker. Yep, every researcher needs one of those. Um, I can't help it. I love a good pun. He is responsible for giving you the backstory of the ride that you're about to get on. And spoiler alert, he is also the one that's going to get you into a bit of trouble on the ride. Be forewarned. As you enter the ride loading area, you can look up and you're going to see some pipes running along the ceiling. You will see red, yellow, and white ones with chemical formulas written on them. This is so much fun. Those formulas represent the formulas for ketchup, mustard, and mayo. Yes, McDonald's used to be a sponsor of this attraction. That's why it's there. It's not the favorite food of the dinosaurs. It's the McDonald's sponsorship. You gotta love keeping that around. The ride system for Dinosaur is the same as the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland, and I am so happy that they are not changing the ride system when they bring Indy to Animal Kingdom. Um, More on that later. But as we leave Dinosaur, we're going to walk along the Crustaceous Tail and see what characters we may find. I am really hoping these characters are still here during 2025 because the Chip and Dale in Dino onesies pajamas, chef's kiss, no notes. It is one of my favorite character experiences. They are so much fun. They're so adorable. It's a lot. It's so much. You got to check it out if it's still there. Um, you can also meet, I'm going to say fashion/costume designer Daisy. She's beautiful. Her setup's so cool. It's a lot of fun. Check that out as well. There's usually not a huge line at either one. So, if you're looking for those character pictures, check it out. I've also heard that they are moving some of the characters who were within the DinoRama area next to the gift shop. They're actually going to be relocating them to the Restaurantosaurus, so that would be nice. I hope to see that. We'll know later. And from what we know, that is all of the area that is going to remain in Dinoland after January 13th. Now, I'm not gonna lie, DinoRama has needed some attention for a while. So I understand the changes, but I'm gonna miss it. As a fan of roadside attractions and quirky travel destinations, I love this lighter side of Animal Kingdom and this whole story behind it. But I do also want to mention the proprietors of DinoRama, Chester and Hester Diggs. They had their roadside stand, and then they expanded into their parking lot to build DinoRama when this area became so popular. And I used to love going into that store and seeing their picture up on the wall. It's it was a fun time. Now, I can't find anything to confirm or deny this information, so I like to believe that Chester and Hester got their names from Winchester, Virginia, which is very close to my beloved Dinosaur Land in Virginia. It's like a dream of mine to someday be able to ask Joe Rohde if there's any connection, if, Dinosaur Land sort of inspired Dino Land. Um, in my mind, in my head canon, that's how it is. That's the story. We're rolling with it. And as I said before, I get it. This area needed an update, and I know it was Walt's intentions for the parks to constantly evolve. Um, but Dinolands will always have a special spot in my heart, from super fun character experiences to winning cute dino plushes at the carnival games. It was just an area I feel was underappreciated if you didn't know that whole backstory. And Animal Kingdom has always been different because of the lack of IP, intellectual property, the characters and stuff. But I guess that's changing, and I have to look forward to what's to come. So what is coming? The new area has been announced to be called Pueblo Esperanza, and it'll be themed around the tropical Americans, including regions of South and Central America. As I mentioned, we are getting an Indiana Jones themed ride with an entirely new story from the Disneyland ride. Um, and in this adventure, we're going to join him as he explores a Mayan temple. So much potential there. I can't wait. And there's also going to be an attraction based on Encanto, taking us into the magical world of the magical family. And also this thing from the renderings looks beautiful. This giant carousel featuring Disney characters that look like they're wooden sculptures. Um, as the animals on the carousel, it looks gorgeous. I hope it looks the same as the rendering. And then they will be keeping a quick service restaurant in the area, which means Restaurantosaurus will just get rethemed. I am hoping for some amazing food here. Like, can we get arepas? Please, pretty please. Oh, gosh, I would love to just go have like a chicken or a cheese arepa in in Animal Kingdom. There's so much good food. Let's just add some more. I think this area is going to be stunning, and I really look forward to seeing it. Obviously, I can't say how many more times I'm excited about the new Indiana Jones adventure. I love Indy. I love that ride system. I like the ride out in Disneyland. Now, this area isn't scheduled to open until 2027, so we have a bit of time to wait, and we'll keep an eye on the other announcements. So as we leave I keep saying Dinosaur Land. Dinosaur Land's in Virginia, Beth. Dino Land is in Florida. I can't help but reflect on what made it so special, and it's the humor of Chester and Hester's, and then the thrills of Dinosaur and the family fun in the boneyard, and just I don't know, just that celebration of dinosaurs and Americana. And it will go into my personal archives along with Camp Minnie and Mickey of having really fun memories in Animal Kingdom over the years. So, did you have a favorite part of Dinoland? Let me know. Click on the send us a text link in the show notes or on social media or fill out the contact form on therominyeti.com. Go for it. Let me know your favorite part. Now, for today's Yeti Pop Pick, I wanted to let you know about two fun things on the Roaming Yeti site. One, you can find an Animal Kingdom scavenger hunt that is free to download. I will probably have to update it this year, given the closing of parts of Dinoland. But I also just created a Roaming Yeti bingo card that you can download when you sign up for my newsletter. You can use this bingo card to help track your adventures, and hopefully it encourages you to go discover some new places. So head over there, grab the scavenger hunt, and then sign up for my newsletter. For the bingo, we're going to have some different content, hopefully in the newsletter, and I'm looking forward to getting that restarted as well. But with that, we add another stamp to our pop culture passport. I hope that this episode inspires you to get out and explore all that is quirky and cool, even in your own backyard. So follow, download, and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Tell a friend and leave a review if you like what we're doing here. It really helps the show grow. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for the Roaming Yeti. Keep roaming and finding your fun.